type series is not right on the front side.
Can keep getting the feedback on the visualizer, like where my robot is actually moving, the position of the robot, and the velocity as well is available to me inside the file. So if suppose I want to develop a control, a special PID control loop, and I want to test on a simulated, I can test on a simulated robot when it's available to me, and then I can use the same PID to test on a real robot as well. So this component level architecture actually gives me that flexibility and quickness to develop various kind of applications.
Camera also is वो नीचे वायर आ गई. Basically, it's very easy to change the interface also. So earlier he was controlling it with a keyboard. Now he can control it with joystick, and so on and so forth. You can change the interfaces of controlling the robot or taking the input. You can use different sensors like virtual or the real one.
What is the range of the
Range of the sensor?
This is 4 meters.
No, he's asking about the range of the connection between controller.
The wireless.
Wireless range. Wireless
100. I mean, what
that depends on
device,
what communication device you use. So that is flexible. That is again a separate module. So depending on the communication module you put, you can change the range from like 100 meters to 5 kilometers, whatever you want. And your rest of the system remains the same, and you don't need to change there, but use that same.
Here, can it be autonomous?
Yeah. So
Actually, initially we demonstrated teleoperated mode of the robot. Then we can demonstrate the autonomous behavior of the robot based on the input taken by the laser.
Laser is like there's like certain the limitation of the cable, the length of the cable of the laser.
That's why we are
So this is why we have mounted it on it. Probably when we go out, we can try to do something to mount this whole thing. Plus, like the environment is cluttered, so when we go out, then we can run it in autonomous mode. Actually, there's one more thing that how my real robot will perform with the. We can also have the configuration when we have the real robot, the virtual robot, virtual laser, and in autonomous mode. So
if somebody is developing C or some other language, can you somehow
yeah, it is currently if you want to do the development in C++, you can do that in C, C++. If you want to do that in other language, what you can do is that develop your component in that particular language, and the various components are communicating through sockets, UDP sockets. So we have also done, developed some applications where some of our UI was in Windows and some of the applications were in Linux on a different machine, and they were able to communicate between both the computers via UDP sockets. And that UI was actually developed in JavaFX, so there were different languages and different operating systems. So that flexibility is there. But the core framework as of now is on Linux. You have to in C++.
So this is kind of like a development platform, and you can test your algorithms for the autonomous movement of the.
Yeah, for autonomous or semi-autonomous.
And you have all kinds of robots, so wheel and without wheel and drive kinds of robots, or presently you have got.
Currently we have
Neil project.
no, but currently we have only wheeled mobile robots and this manipulator integrated with software. Legged robots we haven't integrated yet, but that is not a very tedious task. By following these simple steps, any newbie can actually add a new component or a new robot and in like 3 to 4 days as a component and then integrate it with the entire system, like the already existing libraries which are available as directly usable modules. So either he can use directly those modules to run his application, or he can also do that do some tweakings to that or develop further similar different kind of algorithms of similar family but of using a different algorithm maybe. Like for local planning, currently we are using BFH Plus and we have dynamic window implemented. So if someone wants to develop on a new obstacle avoidance algorithm and he's working on a research paper and wants to do the real testing, now to be able to actually test, he needs to have that entire robot added and the global planner, the localizer, the sensors integrated, all the things working and running, and he might have to run on 2, 3, 4 different machines or communicate wirelessly. So to develop that infrastructure will be a tedious task, and it's a very complex and time consuming job which may take much more time than he is spending for the actual his focus of research, which is develop a new algorithm for obstacle avoidance maybe in rough terrain. So this infrastructure actually provides that the local planner, what we have used here is mainly an example that this is the standard interface for communication with the other components. So a local planner actually takes laser data and position data as input and volt data and gives out the velocity command to the hardware. So using these 4 standard